integrity, faith, love, commitment, stewardship. These are some of the characteristics that a band of believers needs to build a strong church, a church that will last, a church that has lasted. 102 years ago, in 1918, the Spanish flu pandemic held in its tight grip the nation and the world. But it was during this pandemic that God built something new in Tacoma, Washington. The Holy Spirit was alive, and that's just what Pastor Frank Gray believed, almost to his death when he found himself tarred, feathered, and exiled. Following the call of God to Tacoma, Pastor Gray and a few other believers banded together on the corner of 6th and Pine. Together, they began to build the infrastructure for a thriving church. At the time, they called it an assembly, but today, we call it Life Center. On September 5th, 1926, the assembly dedicated a new name and a new building on the corner of 12th and G. The 2-floor Pentecostal tabernacle was filled to capacity. Under Spirit-led leadership, the tabernacle continued to thrive into and through the trials of World War II. In 1944, the Pentecostal tabernacle became First Assembly of God, and for the next 20 years, First Assembly of God experienced exponential growth. People were healed, lives were put back together, all through the power of God and the faith of the believers. After outgrowing the 12th and G building, property was purchased on 17th and Puget Sound. A new building was designed and built. Under the roof of the new building and Fulton Buntain's leadership, First Assembly of God thrived. By 1975, the addition of Life Manor, Life Christian School, and the birth of Calcutta Mercy Mission in India, the church's impact and reach had grown both in Tacoma and around the globe. With it, too, was the number of people coming to know Jesus. But then, it happened. A trial by fire. On the night of November 30th, 1975, the sanctuary caught fire and burned to the ground. But the community responded, and the beauty that rose from the ashes was a larger, vibrant church that sought to know Jesus and make him known, no matter the challenge in front of it. 5 months later, a new building with a new name held its first service on Easter Sunday, April 18, 1976. First Assembly of God Life Center experienced God's faithfulness again. This new building provided the foundation for the growth Life Center would see over the next 45 years. God continued to move by adding a television broadcast, gatherings in multiple languages with the addition of Central DeVita.
I'm so happy to be here with you today.
God's reach expanded throughout Pierce County with the addition of Life Center Rainier and Central DeVita Rainier and the sanctuary in North Tacoma. Then, another pandemic, COVID-19. While the pandemic shut the building down, Life Center's mission never varied. Because of its rich broadcasting history, Life Center's online campus that was created a decade ago became the method of ministry. Additionally, through your generosity, we were able to launch Elsie Cares and open the Life Center Food Bank at our Rainier campus, which is feeding hundreds of families each week. No matter the challenges this world presents, Jesus has always been and will always be faithful. Life Center has never been about a building. It has always been about knowing Jesus and making him known. And that's a foundation that will outlast any building, pandemic, or disaster for generations to come.